This is a fun one. People like this one. This is there's another main character named Cesar, and this is when he joins the group. It's kind of a surprise, and this, when I wrote this, I read about this happening. How when you create characters and you put them in a scene, they'll surprise you. I read about that. Stephen King talked about that, and I didn't know if I believed that really happened, but when I wrote this scene, that really happened. Cesar does something in this that I wasn't planning on having him do, and I felt like suddenly I was just transcribing the story as it happened, and I got really emotional about it. So I'm going to read just a little part of this. This is the first time this accidental band has actually invited people to come into the yard and listen to them play in the driveway. And they had no idea how many people were going to show up. And so the event is getting a little out of control. When it got to be about 7 o'clock and the musicians were ready, there were already more than 50 people sitting in the driveway in the backyard, not knowing what to expect. None of them had expected this to be a concert, and Lewis in particular seemed to be feeling a bit agitated at the idea. He kept saying, "This is quite interesting," over and over again. Being the owner of the garage, Jerry felt it must be his job to say something to the audience. As he approached the microphone, he realized how little he wanted to ever become a frontman. "Well," he moved instinctively away from the microphone when he heard his voice come through the speakers. "I'm Jerry, and this is my driveway. These are some friends of mine, and we've played music together as a group one time, 2 nights ago. We felt like something special happened, so we decided to do it again tonight. We've never practiced, and we didn't expect this to be like a concert, but if you're here, that must mean you're supposed to be here, and I'm glad you are." That last idea had just occurred to him as he said it, but it felt very true. "We don't know exactly what we're going to do here tonight. Brother Lewis here has never sung in public, so the more we can make this feel like a group of friends hanging out, and the less we can make it feel like a show, well, that'd probably be good." And with that, Jamie and Alex kicked off Ain't No Sunshine. The magic was back. Lewis overcame his nerves within just a few minutes, and the gathered folks seemed to interact with the musicians more like members of the band than as an audience. A couple of them moved their chairs into the garage and sat very close to Alex and Jerry. Several sang harmonies with Lewis once they figured out his lines. A small chorus evolved. A few found percussion instruments with which to contribute. One kid ran home and came back with a mandolin. He played quietly along with the group. They moved through several songs on their set list. Someone on the lawn shouted out a Ray LaMontagne song that neither Jerry nor Lewis had ever heard. Alex and Jamie knew it though, and the chords were simple enough, so Jerry played along and the girl who requested it sang. As the song grew on it, Lewis came up with some backing vocals. The whole evening was like that. There was little divide between band and audience, but the music was definitely in charge. No one wanted to do anything to interrupt the incredible flow that was happening. When it felt like it might be time to wrap up, Alex got Jerry's attention. "Can we try your song, man?" Jerry's eyes widened as he glanced from Alex to the driveway and yard full of people. "Your song?" Lewis interjected. "You've written a song?" Jerry explained how few lyrics he really had, and that it was really just an idea he had written for his daughter long ago. Lewis could see the excitement in Alex and Jamie's faces, and something much different in Jerry's. Let's see what happens. Jerry felt like his stomach was going to erupt, like he was walking out on a tightrope over an abyss. But he closed his eyes and started playing. Alex waited about 12 bars so Jerry could establish the tempo and groove he was feeling that night. And then Alex came in with a bass line that was both counter melody and anchored to the rhythm. It provided just enough of a grid for Jamie to find a sweet but subtle and airy drum pattern. The three of them played through the pattern one more full time, with Jerry doing that two-at-once thing again, somehow finding most of the melody in the high strings while covering the chords with the others. Having the bass in there gave him some new options. Lewis, with a short bit of lyrics now scribbled down on the back of a receipt from his wallet, began to find the melody of this haunting, aching lullaby. His first phrase pulled the air from Jerry's lungs. "Oh, sweet Marianne, breathe it out and breathe it in." He repeated that last phrase several times, adjusting the melody slightly each time and interacting with the notes that Jerry was playing. Like the lyrics said, the song was breathing in and out, in and out. "Don't be afraid, there's nothing to fear. You're not alone. I'm not much, I know, but I'm right here." That last line, "I'm not much, I know, but I'm right here," became the refrain. Lewis kept looping it. with a melody that landed somewhere between a lullaby and a romantic love song. Then the band took an instrumental section, and Lewis just improvised with some random wordless vocalizations. Maybe more lyrics could go here someday, he thought. Then, from out in the darkness, with the moon rising over the neighbor's fence, in this impromptu community of former strangers bound together in a shared moment, the sound of Cesar's accordion crept into the sonic landscape and sent several people into immediate tears. He stood silhouetted in the moonlight, with no need for a microphone, and played his prayers for each of his children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren. He played his melodies of Nuevo Laredo, from the hot, hopeless fields to the lively dance halls with delicate norteño flourishes. He played for his long-gone parents, remembering elements of the theme he played for Father Constance all those years before. Cesar incorporated elements of romance and passion for his beloved wife across town. His chords and melodies wrapped themselves around and through the simple arrangements as he offered up a sound to the sky that was as sacred as anything he had uttered in any cathedral or chapel. As he allowed his prayers to rise and the notes to flow, he also allowed some tears to fall. Gabriella slipped to the ground and sat at his feet, the way she had done when she was little. She wrapped her arms around his leg, never wanting the moment to end. But Cesar brought his part down and stayed in the band, adding his notes subtly and shaping the chords in yet new ways, as Lewis repeated the opening line a few more times as a sort of coda. Breathe it out and breathe it in. Breathe it out and breathe it in. Breathe it out and breathe it in. On the third time, the band instinctively resolved the final chord, and then there was silence. So let's try Sweet Marianne now. Switch to that. So we're gonna play Sweet Marianne now. What? Still in here. So I got to record this with Phil Keggy and Jeff Taylor, who's an incredible accordion player. Anybody that gets the book, I can send them a copy of that too. Sorry. All of our charts have to be like nailed down because of the wind up here, so there's nothing smooth happening.
Yeah, if any of you were at my set earlier and saw the fiasco with the nailing down with my boot, that's why I changed into jeans.
All right, let's try this. Mercy on us, on me especially on this one. Sweet Marianne, breathe it out, breathe it in. Don't be afraid, there's nothing to fear. You're not alone, and not much I know, but I'm right here. I wasn't ready, the hands were unsteady, grace came all the same. I wandered away, nothing to say, master of my shame. I can't reclaim, can never explain, my darkness had taken my name. Just to love you is all I need, even from so far away. Oh, sweet Marianne, so much.